Hey there, folks. I'm Eric Osberg, and I am the Rural Rebound Initiative Coordinator for Ottertail County, and we're back with another Better Together segment. And I have Randy Dorn, who is the CMO of First National Bank of Henning, Battle Lake, and Ottertail. How are you doing today, Randy?
Eric, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How's my favorite Rural Rebound Initiative Coordinator doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just so everybody knows, I'm the only Rural Rebound Initiative Coordinator.
Okay, fine. Full disclosure, he is the one and only, but
right.
still my favorite.
Well, I appreciate that. So the reason that we wanted to talk to you today, Randy, is it's well documented that these are challenging times. From a banking consumer standpoint, what are some things that I should be aware of, or what are some programs that you guys offer at First National Bank that if I'm in a pickle right now because of circumstances out of my control, if I'm an average everyday consumer, what are some things that I should be aware of at your institution?
Yeah, absolutely. So way back in March 16th, I believe it was, that Monday, where we kind of all went into lockdown, or were preparing to go into lockdown with our schools being closed that week and closing lobbies and that kind of thing. We implemented right away that week a skip-a-pay program for our consumers. This is a no-fee skip-a-pay program. So if you have a vehicle loan, boat loan, these consumer installment loans, we implemented this no-fee skip-a-pay program to allow consumers to skip their payment for that month. Trying to be proactive right out of the gates, knowing that individuals are going to start losing their positions. It's going to be tough to make a payment when you don't have income coming in, and something that was totally out of your control. You're losing your position, you don't have that income coming in. We offered this skip-a-pay program, still offering this skip-a-pay program for our consumers to skip their payment for this month, to allow them to just try to make ends meet, try to put food on the table, because if you don't have income coming in, that's challenging. So we implemented that right away out of the gates. We still have that going. So if we have customers out there that have loans with First National Bank, please reach out to us and let us know if there's a way that we can help you through these times.
Any other consumer-specific programs that you can think of that other than the skip a payment that might come in handy right now?
Yeah, obviously on the mortgage side of things as well. Individuals are trying to make a rent payment or a mortgage payment. We implemented that skip-a-pay program for mortgages as well, and that would be mortgages that we hold at First National Bank. So you can certainly reach out to us and look on that side. And if you are having difficulty making the rent payment, please reach out, see if we can put some kind of small low-interest loan in place to get you through this time until you get back on your feet.
And so for business customers out there, and maybe I'm not a business customer of First National at the moment, but if I have a payroll to meet, or I've got other, overhead, above and beyond what an average consumer would have, what advice are you giving your business clients right now?
So right now, it's been in the news, been very highlighted regarding SBA and what they've done with the CARES Act. So the Small Business Administration throwing out these programs to help. They have a disaster loan program that's directly through SBA. So you can work direct with SBA to get their disaster loan program. The program that the banks are affiliated with is the Paycheck Protection Program. So through this program, SBA is working through the banks to get small business owners access to funds to help make payroll for the next 8 weeks. So you can apply through your bank and complete the application, provide the bank the necessary documents to document your payroll, utilities, rent. And if you get us that information, then we submit that application and we fund that loan. So that Paycheck Protection Program is a program that banks are working directly with. You'll see in the news a lot of community banks are doing these. Independent community banks are doing a great job of getting these funds to our small business owners, to Main Street America, where this is where we want those funds to go. We want those funds to go to Main Street, Ottertail County, in our Henning, Ottertail, Battle Lake, Perm, Fergus Falls. This is where we want those funds to go. And We are implementing these loans. We've had over 100 applications for these loans that we're executing and we're putting together. Other community banks, not just First National Bank, but other community banks in our county are doing a great job of rolling these out as well. Noah Wilcox, the chairman of the Independent Community Bankers of America, was just on the phone last week with President Trump, discussing how important and how vital it is that community banks are involved in this process and that they're given the necessary tools to get these funds out, because that is what independent community bankers are doing, and that's what they care about. They care about these small business owners, these entrepreneurs. This program isn't for corporations that have 1,000+ employees. This program is for the small businesses. Maybe you're an independent contractor, it's just yourself. Maybe you have 5 or 6 people that you pay every month. That's what this program is for. So reach out to your community banker, ask them for the application. We're rolling these loans out right now. Over the last 10 days, today marks the 10th day of this program. So we've launched a lot of these loans, and we continue to do so as we speak. So please reach out and let us know if we can help in this way.
And I guess one of the things that I've heard, and maybe you can comment on this or not, but a lot of the even the programs that are coming from the federal and state level are business friendly. Is that an accurate statement? There are things that are happening to help. I mean, you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but they seem to be business friendly programs. Is that an accurate statement?
That is an accurate statement. And again, it's meant for these small businesses, these entrepreneurs. So these are business friendly programs. While they're working through the kinks of, trying to make sure they got all of the necessary documentation and guidance out there that we need, because as community banks, we're working through the guidance on a daily basis. One day we get information that says we have 5 days to roll out the program, and then the next day we have 10 days. So, there's a lot of moving pieces, and we're trying to stay on top of those, but these are business friendly programs. These are programs meant to assist during these tough times. Like I said, the disaster loan, not something that we're directly related with, but that's out there and available in this Paycheck Protection Program as well. And the SBA is also rolling out a relief loan payment program where SBA will make your payments for the next 6 months if you currently have an SBA loan on your books. So that's something we're looking to get more information on. SBA.gov obviously is where you can go to get a lot of this information. And make sure it's SBA.gov. There is SBA.com out there, and that's different. You're going to find information, but you don't necessarily know if that's exactly accurate. So SBA.gov, you're going to get a full website full of these programs and what ones you can potentially take advantage of.
And so if somebody wants to get in touch with you or your staff or other branches, I mean, what's the best way for them to reach out to you or to First National Bank?
Yeah, so we encourage our customers to give us a call. We can certainly take your calls. We're at the bank, even though our lobbies are closed. We're at the bank from anywhere from 7 to after 5 every single day working on these programs. So give us a call. Go to www.fnbhenning.com. That's our website. Our website will give you tools as to who you can contact. Has a full list of our loan officers with their email addresses, with their phone number. And then another unique and cool tool that we have is our conversations through our website and through our mobile app. So if you go to our mobile app, you'll actually see a little message link in there, and you click on message. You can have an actual conversation with a First National Bank banker right through your mobile app, so right through your smartphone. So all of us are very busy on both sides. The consumer's busy, we're busy. So that conversation piece is a nice piece because you can shoot out a message, and we take pride that within minutes you're going to receive a response. But if that isn't the case, then at least you have a message out there, and then once somebody's ready for you, they're going to hop on there and get back to you. So we want to let our consumers know that use that tool. It's a very convenient tool, and sometimes you get a response late at night. which we don't, we're not forcing our employees to respond at night, but they're just proud and they want to make sure our consumers are being taken care of. So we utilize that tool as well.
And that's got to be one of the examples of one of the benefits of banking local, right? Like when you send that message, there's a real live human being that is responding to that message. It isn't an automated system that tries to guess what you really meant to ask. It's a human being that you're engaging in a conversation with.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you bringing up that point, because as community bankers, we're relationship bankers. It's about the relationship that we have with the consumer. We're in small communities. People see us in church. They see it at school. It's important that it's a relationship. And obviously, with COVID-19 and what has brought to social distancing and the stay-at-home order and that kind of thing, it's really tough for us community bankers that, this is why we do this, is for the relationship. So it's tough for us not to be in contact, not to shake hands with our customers. But we did, make significant investments in our digital platform 2 to 3 years ago, making those decisions to have the internet banking and the mobile banking pieces that we have, and having those conversations and having electronic signature capabilities. So, we're trying to basically utilize that digital banking as much as we possibly can and leverage that as a tool. And, unfortunately, things like this change the way we do business and the way we do things, forever changed. We'll never go back to doing business exactly the way we did before. 9/11 and the Patriot Act are a great example of that. The government works through the banking system. They implement acts, and then the banking system has to figure out how to make this work and how to put these things together. So we anticipate that over the next 12 to 24 months. We anticipate these changes, and we'll plan to stand on top of them and be on top of them, and we ask that the consumer do the same. There are still other risks out there. When you're working with digital and working with the internet, there's cyber attacks, there's ransomware, those are certainly risks. So while somebody might not be as comfortable to use those digital tools as others, it's out there if you prefer that and you're comfortable with that. If you're not, pick up the phone and give us a call. We can still do business any way that the consumer is comfortable with, and that's basically what we pride ourselves on.
Anything else you want to mention before we sign off on here?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is you support local. We talk about buying local and shopping local, and that's important, and it's always been important. It has never been more important than it is right now today. If you want these small businesses to survive and thrive, and you want to be able in the next 90 to 120 days to stop in or go to a restaurant or bar in your area, do everything you possibly can to support them right now, so that they're able to serve you when things normalize, so to speak. Your church organizations, any organization that you support normally, try to make a little extra contribution if you have the finances to do so at this time. Otherwise, stick to your fundamentals. Fundamentally, be strong with how you handle your budget, handle your finances. There are tools out there to budget, and obviously these are difficult times, and you kind of have to, get down to what's really important to get, like I said, food on your table and take care of your families. But if you have that additional income, if you are utilizing these government programs, individuals are going to get a stimulus check from the government. If you have the means, please inject that into your local economy and inject that into your local business people, your entrepreneurs, your small business owners, because we want to keep these businesses around, and that's how we help Main Street America. We have to support each other, which we do a great job of. That's why we live where we live. The quality of life that we have in Ottertail County is superb. So if we want to keep that, keep our money local, spend it local. If you have it, if you can make a little extra contribution, now's the time to do it. A lot of businesses will be very appreciative. They've been very appreciative of that support. So do as much as you possibly can.
I know when I've called restaurants to order takeout, you can sense they appreciate it, right? Like it doesn't go. They might not explicitly say it, but you can just sense on the phone, right? They're happy to take your order. They're happy to make your food. So I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly what we need to do right now. Is even if you do have something in the fridge or the freezer, go out of your way to make sure that you're ordering out, or whatever businesses you choose to support. That's a very, 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 very good way to put it. Well, thanks again for all your hard work, Randy, and doing what you do. And thanks again for showing us that we can be better together. And hopefully we'll get to see you around soon.
Yeah, no, thank you, Eric. Thank you for everything you're doing for Ottertail County and our surrounding area. And you hit the nail on the head. We're better together. We need to stick together and help each other out, help your neighbors. And if there's anything that First National Bank of Henning, Ottertail, and Battle Lake can do to help, please give us a call.